Good morning. I'd like to speak on behalf of retaining and I would say even increasing funding for bike paths and bikeways. The benefits are incredible. Young people now are becoming obese because there's no place to play. We've got a lot of people in Los Angeles where the bicycle is their only means of transportation, and we're forcing them into traffic, and we're forcing them onto sidewalks where I don't believe they should be. I ride with a number of cycling groups, and it's amazing how many accidents are occurring in LA now because we don't have dedicated bike paths. We have to compete with drivers, and drivers in LA don't seem to understand that we must and we are allowed to share the road. So once again, please think about maintaining at least and hopefully increasing funding. Thank you.
Thank you. Roadblock, followed by John Cassidy, followed by Sean Maytum.
Who's next? You. Good morning, City Council. Good morning, unions. I kind of feel like I need to put on my own union uniform here, the Union of Bicyclists. I just want to talk to the City Council and talk about the LA Department of Transportation and the threat of taking away funding for bicycle projects in LA. If we're talking about having a green LA, then we need to encourage green behavior. And bicycle riding is green behavior, and it's time that we not only not consider cutting funding for it, but we consider increasing funding for it to encourage a greener LA, a healthier LA. I mean, people here are talking about that LA's got the worst smog, the worst traffic. Bicycle riding and pedestrian walkways, that is what is going to fix our problems. We heard also that we lost 2 police officers in recent times. We've lost 2 bicycle riders as well. So let's make the streets safer and consider increasing funding for bicycle infrastructure.
Thank you. Thank you. John Cassidy, followed by Sean, followed by Luis Trinidad.
Good morning, council members. I'd also like to speak about the LA DOT's proposal to cut the bikeways funding. In a troubled economy, cutting bikeways funding is an irresponsible decision. More and more people will turn away from the automobile and towards alternative means of transportation, and LA DOT needs to support those people, especially those of lower income. I volunteer my time weekly to try and get more people on bikes because it can be healthy, fun, and cost-effective. I assume that the LA DOT's budget, the lion's share goes to automobiles and a drop in the bucket goes to cycling. I'd like to urge the City Council and the LA DOT to please find other ways to cut the budget so that cycling can continue with what little funding it already has. Thank you.
Thank you. Sean, followed by Luis Trinidad, followed by Esther M. Curio, followed by Minda Lee Jennings.
Good afternoon, good morning. My name's Sean Maytum, and I'm a construction worker, and I use my bicycle as my primary form of transportation. And I'm able to pretty much match the flow of traffic right now on my bicycle, and so I can get all of my errands done. And I see cycling as a great way to deal with what I see as critical mass. There's gridlock going on right now. The cars aren't moving. People are very frustrated on the roads. And if we could put people on bicycles, it would solve a lot of problems. It's not the time to cut the budget. It's the time to actually increase the budget and have bicycle awareness and bicycle repair and bicycle donation. And so another thing is potholes. There's terrible potholes from a lot of the public transportation beating up the roads. So all I'm asking is just to keep the budget or actually increase it. Thank you.
Thank you. Luis Trinidad, followed by Esther N. Curio, followed by Minda Lee Jennings, followed by O'Donnell Sherman.
The LA City Council and the city unions are proud members of the Apollo Alliance and have worked hard to pass a green building and retrofitting program just last month. We believe that LA's way forward is not to lay off city workers, but to create more jobs by greening LA. We can install thousands of solar panels in the city's buildings, businesses, and private homes. We can retrofit all city buildings for energy and water efficiency. We can install smart irrigation and artificial soccer fields in all the city parks, and plant drought-tolerant and negative landscapes where grass and water-hungry plants are not needed. We can save billions in...
Followed by Dorothy Lay, followed by Arunsha Smolarski. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Klausner, and I'm the Executive Director at Los Angeles County Bicycle Coalition. I'd like us all to remember that it's not just the city that's experiencing a budget crisis right now, but many, many Angelinos are in the middle of personal budget crises of their own. At the same time, our region faces the simultaneous crises of environment or air quality, health issues, and traffic and congestion. Bicycles have always been a legal and sensible mode of transportation, but more than ever, they are a sensible and economical choice in these times. And more, I hear every day that people want to ride their bikes in LA. We have a larger, more vibrant bike community now in 2009 than we've ever had here before, but more people want to ride. We have an ideal environment for it. What I hear most often is that people are scared to get out there, and rightfully so. Dangerous conditions on the roads and a hostile environment keep a lot of people just driving the car. At the same time, LA is falling way behind other progressive cities in terms of infrastructure that accommodates and encourages bicycling. Cutting bikeways at this time would be extremely short-sighted and fail to acknowledge how people are actually getting around out there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dorothy, followed by Unsha.
Hi. So anyway, I'm speaking regarding LODOT's proposal to eliminate its LA Bikeway staff. I'm appalled that LODOT would even consider eliminating working on a mode of transportation that is cost-effective and is a solution for LA's traffic problems. I strongly urge you to keep the LA Bikeways function in the budget. There are many projects, two of which I'd like to highlight, that are urgently needed to improve safety for cyclists. Number one, the long-awaited Bicycle Master Plan. Cyclists have been waiting, and other people have been waiting for this plan to be released, patiently waiting, and this is an opportunity to improve conditions. Number two is the Sharrows Pilot Project, a way to improve relationships between motorists and cyclists. Cyclists are the most vulnerable users on the road. This is a matter of safety for all people, cyclists, motorists, pedestrians, etc. I urge you to keep bikeways in LA. Thank you.
Thank you. Ayunsha, and after that we will go into the San Fernando Valley.
Hi, my name is Arisha. I'm with the LA County Bicycle Coalition. I also urge you to keep bikeways. While other cities in our nation, such as New York, Chicago, Portland, and even other cities in California, right, our neighbors, Long Beach, San Francisco, Santa Monica, Pasadena, are improving sustainable transportation by incorporating more funding for bicycle infrastructure in their transportation plan, Los Angeles is taking steps backwards. Rita Robinson, council members, Mr. Mayor, do you really want to be responsible for a Los Angeles that is more congested, that is more polluted, with more greenhouse gas emissions and more deaths and injury on our streets? If LA does indeed want to become a green city, as the mayor declares, that our city departments need not to ignore the fact that the bicycle is a viable, emission-free, inexpensive, and vital mode of transportation that must be supported by a Department of Transportation. A sustainable transportation is the future of our city, and the total elimination of support for one legitimate mode of transportation is anti-ethical to the concept of shared responsibility and sacrifice. Do not make cuts that have grave health, negative health impacts on our city.
Thank you very, very much. Don Schultz and Miriam